MCML2 was a better RPG. And we're Borna, secret agent.
Did you ever walk through the hall at school when the other children were in their rooms?
Well, when I was late this one time, I heard
Did you ever
shouting
listen to the sounds that come from the rooms?
Did you?
Some rooms sound like this. What's happening inside?
They're planning out NBC's fall schedule.
It looks as if everyone is busy at work. But it's so noisy. What makes the room so noisy?
Why, it's a barnyard in there. Well, with this and that's how you do quantum physics.
Their own work groups.
Daddy, I'll see you after school.
Sometimes children drop things on the floor.
Oh boy, a tin of tobacco. Give me some and I won't tell teacher.
They call across the room and talk out loud.
Daddy, Daddy.
Wouldn't it be awesome if dinosaurs came and ate the teacher?
You still want to? Yes.
It's hard to think about your own work in such a noisy room.
A noisy gloom? I thought they stank.
Well, where did you leave off then?
We left off in Shelbyville.
And you couldn't be proud to be part of such a noisy room, could you?
Maybe.
Do all the rooms in school sound like this? Let's visit another room.
Let's not.
Listen.
All I hear are film scratches, Mac.
Quiet. Aren't there any children in this room?
Would you tell us what we read?
Oh, there are children here.
But
And they're
just the
all
boring
busy,
kind.
too. But there aren't any loud noises, just the sounds of working. We call these work sounds.
Oh!
Listen.
Corporate accounts payable, Nina speaking. Just a moment.
One more paragraph.
I'll get you my pretties and your little dog, too! The first rule of Playground Club is that you do not talk about Playground Club. The second rule is that you do not... I have no idea what they're doing.
All right, you may close your books and go back to your seats. You children may go back to your places, too.
I received my hostage demands.
Why do you suppose this room is so quiet?
It won't be for long after she sits on the
Perhaps
whoopee
we can learn
cushion.
from the teacher, Miss Bradley.
Oh dear, a camera
Well, I
crew.
think it's
We don't
because
take kindly
each
to
of us
those kinds
helps
of
to keep
people,
the
young
room
man.
quiet when we're working. But we're not quiet all of the time.
You're not?
No, we know there are times and places to be quiet, and other times and places when we can make noise if we want to. For example, when we play, we make all the noise we want.
Someone broke the first rule of
Sometimes
Playground
making a lot of
Club.
noise is a part of the fun of the game. But when we go to the library, we are very quiet.
If they talk,
Because
they'll
we
be
know
forced to
it's
sit
the
through a
room
timeshare
where we
seminar.
read to ourselves. When we watch movies, we are careful not to make too much noise.
Unless we're using a cell
That way
phone.
we can hear and learn more. And you know, we have found that knowing when to be quiet is a part of growing up.
Growing up? That's utterly preposterous!
Offices where people work are busy but quiet.
You, Clark Kent, give me info on Spider-Man!
Because a quiet room helps all of us learn.
How do you do it?
Well, I just told you, you
each of
silly
us knows how to
moron.
work quietly. That's very important,
Will you show us?
No.
of course. Boys and girls, how would you like to show some of the ways we know of being quiet?
And do we get extra licorice?
Well, while we pretend to be working, who would like to show how we work quietly at our desk?
Pretend to work? Oh, so they play Tetris then.
Now, why is Bobby clearing his desk?
Less clutter makes for better frame editing
Now
space.
there won't be anything to fall off and make noise. You keep on your desk only things you need.
To survive in a lion's
That's part of
cage.
keeping the room quiet.
Susie, what's 4 plus 7? A billion!
Oh, the point broke.
I can't afford a new one.
He'll have to sharpen the pencil. Can he move quietly so he doesn't disturb anyone?
Not with those pots and pans on his belt, he can't.
Do you think you could walk this quietly?
Master Miller, I can't do it!
Listen to this work sound.
Grating, isn't it?
When he turns it slowly, it doesn't bother anyone.
If that's slow, then a
Work
cheetah must
sounds
run
tell
at
that
light
you're busy.
speed.
They don't disturb others.
But there is always Rick in accounting,
But
who's
June
annoyed by every
seems to
little
have
sound
lost
anyway.
something. Look, an eraser.
Can Bobby
Who
handle
do
the
you
awesome
think it
power
is?
of his new subject eradicating
Bobby won't
utility?
touch June, will he?
Uh-oh. Looks like Bobby has a leaky tire.
Oh. Whispering is the quiet way to talk when you have to talk.
It also hides a sore throat condition.
Well, Bobby has moved about quite a bit without disturbing the class. Could you do all that as quietly as Bobby did?
Well, I wear musical socks,
Now
so
let's suppose
no.
Bobby wanted to get something from the cabinet.
Like a
How
real
would you
clock
do it
instead of that
quietly, Bob?
realistic clock back there. Let's see, I'll push a chair in, one foot in front of the other, or was that the other way around? I have a kidney problem because you wouldn't let me use the toilet.
Bobby certainly knows the quiet way of working by himself, doesn't he?
What?
Well, of course, all of us have to, if our room is to be a good place to work. Now, Bobby has
I'm
shown
tired
some
of
the
Bobby.
ways of
Why
working
not ask that
quietly
kid in the
by
back with the
ourselves.
glass glow grin?
Who would like to show how we work quietly in a reading group?
Not you,
All
Calvin!
right, bring your chairs up.
Or you, Bart!
Oh, moving chairs will certainly be noisy.
Hey, frightwigs all around!
Well, there is a quiet way to move chairs, isn't there?
I squished a bug.
There wasn't much noise at all.
I would put a bet
No
down
one
that the
was
narrator
disturbed.
is actually Santa Claus. He's jolly and too easily amused.
And look, they all have their books with them.
Look, there's Mein Kampf.
Now they can
Its
get
author was a
started
silly
without having
man.
to wait for any children to get ready.
Good. Now, we'll read A Day at the Fair.
Of course,
on
it's a
page
dark tale of
24.
extreme love and loss before the main
Listen to
character
the
hit
first
16.
paragraph silently
It won a Newbery
to
Award
find
for that.
out who's going to the fair?
I know that I'm not going to the fair. Even if they invite me, I know they won't really want me. Elmira Duff learns to read.
All the children are quiet while they read, aren't they?
Except for that weird kid who can sense what others are thinking.
Who can tell us who is going to the fair?
Generic, politically correct male friend A, or a father and son of sorts.
That's right.
See how no one else talks when someone is speaking? It's fun to work together that way. Do you think you could work together that well?
Hey man, get off my back! Stop pressuring me! Oh man!
Now we're going to show you how we work quietly together in another way.
By pretending the
Who
teacher
wants
has
to
a
show how we're
hangover.
quiet when we work on our model farm?
Not
All right,
you,
go
Calvin! Please stop raising
Now,
your
you can do
hand!
your best, and we'll all pretend again that
How will the children work quietly here?
Ooh, toys.
Rudy, where should I put the tractor?
That explains what they were doing earlier.
They speak very quietly. When one speaks, the others listen. That's polite.
When one sneezes, the other follows.
Stay near
That's
the
called being
table. They
contagious.
are not bothering children working nearby. And see how well they work together?
I hid
Do
an
things
Optimus
together?
Prime in the barn. Let's play with it.
Now let's see. Have we shown you everything? We saw that there are times for noise and fun.
I
such
don't
as
need a
play
recap,
periods,
just end the story. I want to
and
see what Bugs
times
Bunny is
for
up to.
quiet and work, such as the library or our classroom. And we saw some ways of working quietly. You remember how Bobby showed us ways to work quietly by yourself,
By stabbing a book with a knife.
and how we talk together quietly when we read or tell stories,
Or attend an AA meeting.
and how we work together quietly when we work in groups.
Alright, yeah, kill those
Those are
bad
some
guys!
of the
Ah!
ways we help keep our room quiet. Thank you, children. Now, let's get back to work.
Now, we were talking about lunch. Who's hungry for some Spam?
Thank you, Miss Bradley. This is a good room, isn't it? A good room to work in, to learn in.
And to eat in and make a mess
Do you know
of.
some things you can do to help make your room a quiet place for work?
Write to our congressman? Our minister? Ask how Schwarzenegger would do it? I'm confused. The end! For now.